Oh, we got... we have one person in here. That's either Mrs. Ilvero or Mr. Silverco. How you doing, man? It's just you and me hanging out. Darian, how you doing, buddy? Mr. Silver, you can tell people for the rest of your life that you were the first person in Jayla Danny's YouTube live ever. Frank's right over here in the passenger. Frank's camera shy. He's in the passenger seat in case in case we need to CGI some stuff on the spot. 3 people is criminal. Yeah, this is my well, we're up to 40 now. So there. We just hopped in. Houston, yeah, Houston's gonna be fun. No, the puppy is not. I am doing okay, David. How are you, buddy? Magic in back seat, watch out. Jim, good afternoon, buddy. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Card tracking hard. It's effortless. It's effortless. After 40 years of practice. But that is the truth. Check 1, 2. Can you not hear me? Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Yeah. That's on you. The poker chip trick. No, I want it to be a wash. I want it to be a wash in the sense that it looks like a casino wash, and also, if you were to separate 52 cards, you couldn't even fit them on the on my working surface. You can only fit, if you were to have all the cards isolated, you could fit what 23 cards or something. You need like this giant grid, and then the poker chip isn't gonna spin right hand, of course. Although your deck hand is your left hand. Your poker chip is practiced on the mat, so in the sense you only have to spin it 20 by 16. If you had all the cards mapped out all over the place, you'd have to spin that thing 3 feet. Best of the best. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for the membership as well. And I don't know where I said this. Maybe live. Somebody was asking about the members videos. We shot members videos already. They're tied up with the editor. The editor that I use, my guy that repurposes my content and everything. He's won like 4 Emmys in the last year or so. He's crazy busy. He's out like shooting a National Geographic special and all that. So I have to get him to commit to finishing this project. So member videos are coming, I promise. My apologies for the delay. Can you learn from my book? That's up to you. Yeah, I put the information out there. When am I coming to the UK? Chris, yeah, we're UK, it's been in the works for a while. We just have to coordinate 3 or 4 venues. We don't want to go over for one date. We want to do like 3 or 4 venues in London, and then we want to go to Scotland, and make it a trip. How to become one with a deck while performing. You have to do it. You have to keep doing it. If you continue to work with that every single day, you'll get to where you want to be. Sam. Yeah, man. I think, yeah, you asked for it, and I get a lot of people asking, so my apologies for the delay, but we got it out to you. DB Hall, welcome, buddy. Fort Worth, yes, I'm looking forward to that. The white dude with the Indian girlfriend, you got it, brother. You might even end up on stage. Another food review coming. Yeah, TikTok is so broken. The only way you can get views on TikTok is to review a bagel in your car. That app, do not get me started on that app. That app is so broken. You guys want some hot news? Hot off the press? I was just removed from TikTok not 5 minutes ago. For, they said, sexual activity. And I'm looking at it, it says, boom, your live's been removed for that content. I was on there for 5 minutes doing what I'm doing with you, saying hi, and talking about what cities I'm going to be banned. That app is so cooked. I'll make a video on it. Yeah, that's what I said. Everybody's like, what? I'm like, hey everybody. Oh yeah, I'll be in Texas and here and there. Hey Sam. Hey Brian. Boom, removed. It is no. There was no jokes. There was no. I didn't make any jokes. I didn't. I didn't offer any services. They just saw this and said, you know what? This guy's too sexy. This face, these chiseled jawline and these high cheekbones and these piercing hazel eyes are too much for this app, and they removed it. I screenshotted, not a coincidence, I screenshotted the things, and I'm going to make a TikTok video out of that and post it, because that is ridiculous. The videos are getting banned all the time. We find, yeah, PJ, exactly. Find a blackjack, boom, reported, removed. I'm not reported, it's just removed. I had probably 15 videos removed, and we were banned back in December. The account was banned like 6 times. The app is just absolutely broken. I know, man, Didi, I'm saying, you know, we're drinking coffee. We're not allowed to talk about that. But Instagram, whoa, look at this guy. Mike, oh man, look at this. I should do these more often. I do Instagram lives, I do Instagram videos, stuff goes viral all the time. There's no issues. TikTok, it was great while it lasted, no more. Holy shit, we're getting paid. LA, yes, we'll be in LA again, but not at the castle. The castle's too small. With the castle, I would do the close-up room, and now we're doing 400 or 500 seats. Michael, thank you. I appreciate it for the money. And the person that commented right after that, your name isn't showing up in the thing. Thank you. What is it? Hop into chat again and drop your name. It's not showing up. Hello from France. Yeah, I do lives all the time actually, but I do them on Instagram. Instagram, I have like 1 million followers, and I do lives every single tour schedule, every single date on my tour schedule. We're in whatever city. Like we were just in Boston recently. We were in Chicago. We hop on a live like 5 o'clock or something, and we do comment. I have the cards. We do. I take people's requests. We do tricks. We talk about show dates. I answer you questions, and then I do my show. So I'm on, and then I pop in my car on Instagram maybe once a week, twice a week as well. So, but this is my first. You're all in my first YouTube live. Alex, 9 months. Well, welcome, buddy. I appreciate it. How do I captivate far back? I use Arjun. Forgive me if I'm butchering your name. Tim, I took her a long time ago. How do I captivate my audience from the back? We use a giant movie theater screen behind the stage. It doesn't matter where you sit. Live on stage in France. We're going to be coming to London, UK. I don't know if that's how easy you can get around, but we'll be doing about 4 or 5 shows in Europe coming up. Hopefully you can come then. So anyway, back to the theater. There's a huge screen behind us. We do these shows. It doesn't matter where you sit because everybody has a front row seat basically. Ben, I'm sitting in your mom's driveway. How many years have I been perfecting my craft? I started this morning. I got up this morning. I said, you know what? I think I want to give this card stuff a shot. San Antonio, Texas. We have 2 dates coming up in Texas. I'm awful with dates. Houston and Fort Worth. And also, we're going to be booking Austin again soon. We were in Austin recently. At what the name was that place? District. The District? That's a movie, isn't it? It's like a big shopping thing. There was a club in Austin. Will I ever write a book? I wrote 2. Way ahead of you, Smoker. 2. I have 2 books out. Confident Deceptions and Game Changer. Have I stopped performing Hitchcock Aces in my show? No, my last show, I think I closed Mohegan Sun with that. Mighty Kid, you are a great card magician. Thank you, I know. Portland, are you talking about Portland, Maine? I think Portland, Maine, right? You're going to know the dates better than me. And thank you for the money. Your name. I don't know what your name is. Bunch of Roman numerals. Toronto, Canada. Yes, that's another place we're looking at. But again, we don't want to just go to Toronto for a date. We're trying to book what we did in 2018. We did a tour across, ended up in Vancouver and fly home. Watch Flex. There it is. Instagram flagged me once for 7. Well, that makes sense. I did this on an Instagram live once, and they flagged my video for hand gestures. 1 million hours? I don't know what it is, but if you want to do some math, I would say 4 hours to 6 hours a day, a couple, days off here and there. You can do the math. I started when I was 7 years old. Obviously, there's been time off, but also there's been days where I practice all day. Yes, it's a manual, 6-speed. You have to drive a car, not have your car drive you. Yes. Have I done tricks on live? I just got done saying on Instagram we go live once or twice a week, doing at the card table, doing card tricks, taking your requests in the comments, doing whatever people ask, find the aces, find royal flush. We've been doing that for 2 years, and it doesn't stop. The hater people are just gonna say that. I mean, wouldn't live shows be a tip? Wouldn't you be like, hey, this guy has 30 cities booked? But yeah, sure, he's editing his videos. Penn and Teller? No, I don't. Penn and Teller is for amateur magicians that want to be discovered, and I don't need to be discovered. Also, they lost a lot of credibility on that show by some of the people that they have given that trophy to. Jabrizi owns a Fool Us trophy. Do I want to be in that circle? No. That would be, here's a good analogy for Fool Us, what Fool Us has become. Yeah, Fool Us, Richard Turner was great on there. Fool Us is like, I'll get to Fool Us in a second. Hey, buddy, poker chip, and then hand it off. Please explain. I don't really understand your question. Can you reword that? Back to Fool Us. It would be like, imagine training, having a fitness journey, and you're training for years, and you're eating right, and you're taking your supplements, and you have trainers, and you hit the gym every day, and you are grinding, and you are so focused, and you get the most ripped body that you could possibly have, shredded beyond belief, and you go to a competition, and you know who wins? Some fat dude in a abs t-shirt. Like he's heavy set dude wearing a t-shirt with abs printed on it, and he wins. Do you care about that competition anymore? Antonio, nice tan. Yeah, we went to Florida for 4 or 5 days a while back. 7, you will find me on Instagram. Message me. Thank you again for the super chat. Yeah, any other talent show. And I've been silent on the Fool Us thing. I don't think I've told this anywhere yet. They reached out to me in 2018, 17 or something like that, and told me the trick to do. They said, we want to do this trick. And look, it's, if you're familiar with my material, it's LaDanny's Triumph in my second book. And I'm like, that's not going to fool them at all. Why would I do this? So I said no, because I'm not, why go on the show if they're just going to be like, well, that's obvious. So I said, I want to do what I want to do on the show. And then I would send in auditions and they wouldn't get back to me. It is a good trick, Stefan, but what's the whole point of going on the show is to fool them, right? So I just said, there's no point. Belgium, absolutely. I was there 2004, maybe. It's been a while. Shinlim, yeah, I was in a mutual friend of ours broke their leg, was in the hospital, and he set up a Zoom with Shin was there and a couple other magicians just to keep this guy some company. And happy to say I showed Shin a very simple trick, and it fooled the snot out of him. I forget the setup from my first book. Austin, just so you can stop, neither is the answer to your question that you've asked 85 times. Come to Norway. This is going to blow your mind. I've been to Norway, Michael. Notodden. You know the blues festival in Notodden? I've played that like 3 or 4 times back in the early 2000s. It's then on the lake. Beautiful. Jerry's Nuggets. Yeah, I've got 5 or 6 of those laying around the house. You know what? They're all the real ones, though. They handle like shit. They're off. We say any more Magic Castle sets. I doubt you'll see Magic Castle sets, but stay tuned. In September, we're filming something really big. The Empire. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thoughts on Yellowstone? It got old. You talking about the show? Mickey has reached out to me a handful of times, but he's pretty flaky. He wanted to film some stuff with me, but we set up a potential date to film. He'd cancel it. I wouldn't hear from him for 6 months. He'd call me again and say, I want to come film it, do some hidden camera, find out if this person's cheating kind of stuff, and then it would fall through. He's kind of flaky. No, self-working Sunday stuff. The trolling. You guys are my real fans here. Don't ever try a self-working Sunday trick. Yeah, the September thing. We're filming it in September, but it'll probably be released maybe a couple months after that. But it's big. What motivates you? I'm always trying to push myself to stay ahead. I don't ever want to settle and be like, oh, cool, I've learned a bunch of card magic. It's always about innovating and thinking and creating. Innovate. And that way you can stay ahead of the curve and leave a mark in this arena. And you work really, really hard to create new things so other content creators can steal your shit. That's what I want to do. I want to make sure that other content creators can say, you know what? I'll steal that. I didn't have to do all the work. The waterfall trick, that'll be in a book. Not anytime soon, but I'll teach that. Michael Amar, yeah, he's amazing. He's a great one. The third, no, I pulled that trick. There's been a lot of people that just steal my shit. Daniel Roy just posting my content without any credit or anything. So a couple years ago, I decided to pull some of the tracking stuff and some of the wash stuff out of my books because I'm going to publish it and it's going to show up on their channel the next day. But I will release. I obviously want credit for the things I've created, so I will release these. Anything you've seen of mine will show up in a book someday. Yeah, we were in Portland a while back, maybe a year ago. We were in Eugene and we were in Portland back. Movie scene with cards, I would say the Rounders stuff, all the classics. Rounders, Maverick, Croupier. That's a one that a lot of people don't know. It's not as famous as like Casino Royale. Croupier. Watch the poker scene in that. It's great. Bee or bicycle? Bees are great. They hide a lot of moves as well, but I will always prefer bikes. I'm surprised somebody knows. Yeah, Croupier is it's an underground flick, but yeah, it's a Mustang. It's my same car you see on the behind me in the shelf. This one's just bigger. TikTok, did you? Hi from TikTok. Did you see that band got removed? Are you just showing up? I'm doing a TikTok live and suddenly you're banned for sexual content. Like, what is going on with that app? Live just instantly canceled, so we came to YouTube. Molly's Game, yeah, I know a friend of mine that is part of that movie. I don't want to drop any names. I don't want to get in any trouble, but I know somebody that was part of that. Mustang is an upside down, yeah, right? That's just some engagement bait right there. We flipped a Mustang upside down for 3 or 4 videos so we could get 30% more comments. Birmingham, Alabama. We don't have that booked now, but I'm sure it will be. Yeah, Paulo. It's about being a little edgy, but not too far. Card mechanic or magician? Kevin, I do both. I'm split right down the middle. I only post the card mechanic stuff though because it's very difficult for people to steal. If I were to just post magic tricks all the time, other magicians would just steal it, and I'm not about that. Live shows, it's really 50-50. But I was able to carve out something on the internet that not everybody was doing. Yeah, the TikTok shadow ban, the app is completely cooked. It's done. Ocean's 14. I don't think I even saw that. I saw they got like consecutively worse as time went on. My final meal for death row. Steak, for sure. A steak and some good garlic mash and a nice bottle of wine. Hey, like 2 bottles of wine, can you do that? You'd be like, I want 4 bottles of wine. And then you just die that way. Yeah, Ocean's, I love that movie, Ocean's 11. I thought it was great. Stand-up comedian, Ricky Gervais, Bill Burr, Anthony Jeselnik, that group, Louis C.K., those guys that get canceled every 3 months. Excuse me. Tobias, it's a Mustang, just like the one on my shelf in my videos. Final card trick on death row, I'd probably just have the steak and call it a day. Yeah, Jeselnik's great. I do play guitar, of course. Yeah, I toured for 11 years on the road. Jim Jeffries, yeah, of course. People say I look like him. Probably the Widow's Peaks. Jim's great. He had a great bit on, I don't know if I can say it on a live, on the United States issue that we have. He's very edgy, and he says what he just says what we're all thinking. He's great. Thoughts on the classic past? Don't waste your time. It's just passes in general. I don't really agree with. Bill Burr, yeah, I mentioned him. He's great. A pass is like so much time just to move a card to the top. Like, just there's better ways to do it. Now, I do Herman pass and I do top card cover pass. So some passes are worth it, but a classic pass. Yeah, there's some guys that do great. Jim Swain. Anybody in here know Jim Swain? I mean, you can look at it and just be like, that's a, holy shit, that's a pass. Game Changer, yeah, it'll be back. I don't control the reprints. When they go out, they come back. Hello from Memphis. Yeah, the passive aggressive. Hey, I had a girlfriend once for like 6 years, was the most passive aggressive woman I ever met in my life, and my stuff that I do in my show, like a lot of it is based on her. Oh no, because that's a great idea. Let's do that. That's a great idea. She was something else. But passive aggressive can be very funny. Cardamom, don't quit your day job there. That joke needs some love. Come up with engaging tricks. Well, that's a bit of a lot for a YouTube live, but the secret is it has to be some sort of conflict. That's why we like movies. We enjoy movies because who's gonna win? So if your card trick is just, I'm going to do this, nobody really cares. But the moment you bet money against your audience, now there's a conflict. You're going to find out how this is going to work. And then you make yourself weaker and weaker and weaker by providing more conditions. You shuffle the cards. I'll be blindfolded. You're betting $100, I'll bet $10,000. So you're skewing. And people want to find out, how is this going to turn out? You want them to say, you know, he's good, but he's not that good. And then, of course, you are that good. Coming to California soon. Yeah, early 2026. We just announced a whole bunch of dates. There'll be more coming up soon. Nick of Time. Yeah, Stefan, Nick of Time is a great example of that. I'm going to find 8 cards in 60 seconds. Come on. I know you're good, but you ain't that good. And then as the clock ticks down, it's 40 seconds, 50 seconds, and you're not even close. And that's how the audience is engaged. They're committed to that premise. Michael, yeah, we're here. We just got kicked off TikTok for promoting sexual services. That's not a joke. I did a live on TikTok for 5 minutes and was kicked off. And now we're here. My dad disappeared. Yeah, he's gone, brother. He was like, I'm out, but yeah, TikTok, Mike, TikTok is awful. Back in December, my account was banned 6 times in a row. And the suppression after that is unbelievable. In 3 days, you can have 100 views. And today's getting booted off a live for promoting sexual content. I mean, I know I'm good looking, but are you for real? Yeah, TikTok really is. It's all, there's not a human being shutting my account down. It's that the account's been flagged, and no matter what you do, they're just suppressed. They're just suppressing. Favorite show I've ever done? That's really hard to. You know, there's some shows you just walk away from saying that was the best show I've done in like a year. The audience was alive. Every joke hits. The audience is hanging on every word. The audience reactions are wild. You know, you do like some tracking and you're counting down to the 25th card or something. The audience is counting with you. And then they're hanging on your last word when you turn the card over, and the venue shakes when they all erupt because you found the 4 of hearts at the 25th position or something. Though that's your greatest show is your audience. I can be as good one night and the same the next night, but if the audience is what makes your show great. No, man. Oh, I didn't mess with anybody's mom on TikTok. It's not just exclusive to TikTok. I mess with everybody's mom. I don't care what platform you're on. But in all fairness, though, those TikToks are PG. Once I started getting shadow banned, I started trying some PG videos, and they were banned just as much. Timothy Oliphant, yeah, to get that all the time. That and Christian Slater, early 90s, mid 90s Christian Slater. European tour, we'll be there. We'll be there 2026, I'm sure. How far is Game Changer from Confident Deceptions? If you're good at shuffling, you know, perfect shuffling. I think Game Changer has like half the book there's like 8 or 9 shuffle routines, whereas Confident Deceptions, I think there's 4. But there's still some easy routines in there. Randy, how you doing, man? Yeah, you can brag about that. Yeah, I hang out with Jay Ladani. Oban Distillery Tour all day. What am I driving? This is a car. Best for last. I still rehearse it. Right now in my show, I have 3 closers that I'm constantly cycling through, and they're just great. But it's best for last. I haven't retired the effect. I just haven't done it in a while. The watch. Magnetic cards, yes. The secret is finding ones that bend, like paper. It's really tricky. My opinion on grocery prices. Well, if you work really hard and maximize the money that you can make, invest, grind, you won't care about the cost of groceries. How about that? Book on learning piano. I wouldn't worry about a book. I would find a teacher that you can sit with. Jay Cave. Yeah, we do lives. I'm in Instagram live like twice a week. And you can watch. We're sitting at the card table. And we do lives. We take requests. We talk about show dates. I'm sitting there with my manager, and we do it. Oh, my biggest fan, Steven. Steven, you know the attention your daddy didn't give you when you were a little kid? So now you're desperate for it? So you come into my live? I'm here for you, buddy. Everybody give Steven some love. Tell Steven, I know that he has decades and decades of sexual frustration he's trying to deal with. And he's broken because of that. He's a broken person. So he needs attention. He's starving for it. He's like, Daddy, please. Daddy, please. And now he's in my life. Hi, Stephen. We all love you, Stephen. We all love you. We don't love you as much as your uncle loved you when you were a little kid. That's too much love. But we do love you. PJ's kid. Oh my God. Omega is the move. Yeah, I don't discriminate. I love my Omegas. I have 4 of them. They're fantastic. They're beautiful watches. And I love the sport watch. I'm a sport watch guy. So I just enjoy them. I don't think about one's, they gotta have this is the best one. I just enjoy them. Each one has a little kind of meaning to me as well. Thoughts on Darren Brown? He's a great performer. I'm a little bit obviously more edgy than he is. I like kind of stirring the pot a little bit. Am I going to pass my stuff down? I have students. I have probably 20, 30 students right now. Instagram Live. Yeah, Sig, I'm in Instagram Live. Before our shows, excuse me, before our live shows, I do a live with cards. So I take your requests, I do tricks, and go onto my tour schedule, look at the dates. I'm going to be in a city, and then at 5 o'clock in that city, I'll be doing a live for about a half hour, 40 minutes. I used to play with Shamika. Yeah, Arthur. You know Arthur Nielsen. Antonio. Yeah, Arthur. I learned how to play from Arthur. Arthur Nielsen taught me pretty much every guitar chop I know. Wow, what a world. You know Arthur. He's gonna be blown away. Your name came up in a YouTube live. That's wild. I do students, most of my students are online, but when I'm in a city that the student lives in, for example, in Austin, I was just in Vegas, sometimes students live near the area and they come out and we sit. It is a small world, that's crazy. We find a coffee shop or whatever, sit down and we do in-person lessons. Screenplay. Yeah, story. I don't know where you read that, but that was a great book. You have to read it. I can't surmise that book in an Instagram or a YouTube live. You have to read the book like 10 times for it to make sense. But it teaches you about everything, like life and story, and it changed my life, that book. Hi from Russia. How you doing, buddy? 9:26:7. I'll see you 9:26. What is that? That's after Seattle. Same coffee I drank in TikTok. Now there's a fan. Bullet Catch. Yeah, I created the Bullet Catch. I created that. Shows up on my YouTube channel. The video of that first on my YouTube is in 2014. And then in 2018, Kostya did it on Fool Us. And then after that, the internet just, every magician who wants a view started doing it. Does the hate do anything to you? No, if you take, Levi, this is a great question. If you take anything serious on the internet, you have some problems. When someone says stuff, it's their problem. That they have a problem. I'm just doing card tricks, man, and they're having a problem with it. They're jealous, or they're insecure, or they're ignorant about whatever, and they're frustrated, and that's all them. So, and honestly, I just use it to fuel the channel. I basically give back whatever they gave to me. So it's in a weird way, it kind of built some of the channel. But if you take that stuff seriously, like who is this guy? He says X, Y, it's a trick deck of cards, like, and then I make 90 videos proving it's not, and it doesn't change anything. But yeah, the hate is it's all their problem. But if you take it seriously, if you give weight to that and allow them to walk all over you, that's ridiculous. And some people say, take the high road. Take the high road sounds an awful lot like sit back and take the disrespect. I don't know where you guys are from, but you don't just sit back and let someone say this and say, you got to put people in their place. So I dedicated a channel to telling people how stupid they are. Yeah, exactly. Nirvana, you got it, man. Do people piss me off at a show? Jacob, the only time that I've ever been pissed off at a show is when you get like a drunk woman that won't shut the fuck up in the back of the room or something like that. And if it's like, I get if you're talking, but if you're on your phone and like, obviously she's just, that's like, we're doing a show here. She's ruining it for the other people around her. But we've had people like that, not for 1, 2 a year maybe. And literally the venue will come remove people if they get like really obnoxious. But she wasn't heckling the show. She was just an obnoxious person, if that makes sense. She wasn't there to yell at me or anything. She was just chatty. Come to Canada. We're working on it. Mom's asking when I'm coming to London. We'll be there. I've said this 5 times already. We're trying to get 4 or 5 dates together, and then we'll come over once that's all organized. Ricky J, phenomenal. He's one of the best to ever do it. I saw one of his last shows. I saw him like a month or 2 right before he passed away. Love your stuff, boss. Thank you. I appreciate it. If I'm skinny dipping in a lake, no. Maybe in my shoe with my socks that are balled up, I could find a deck of cards, but not in the lake. Persian restaurant. Hey man, some of the best food. I was in Lebanon for like 2 weeks back in 2018 or so, and the food was just fantastic. Every meal was a feast, an absolute feast. ED disappear. Listen, Tim, I think you should see a doctor. You guys are wild. The band Tool, no, but my friend is. Probably my best friend, IRL. He's nuts for Tool. I never really. I'm not saying I don't like them. I don't really know enough about them, I guess. All right, we're coming down to the last couple minutes. I gotta run. So let's do another few minutes. We'll do another 5 minutes. If you've got questions, ask them now. Struggled to learn to move. Yeah, I've struggled. Second deal was wild. That's so frustrating. Yeah, that's a Batman. Second deal, the Greek deal was very difficult. And there was a couple card switches and mucks that really gave me a lot of trouble. But you just grind them out. Harder the second deal or the bottom deal? Believe it or not, for me, the second deal, I got the bottom within a year. I wouldn't say I was perfected, but I got the mechanics down and the grip, and I had a decent retention, and I could deal around. But with seconds, there was always an inconsistent take. I'd be fine, and suddenly I'd snatch 2 cards, or I'd fumble the top card or something, and I didn't feel comfortable doing a second deal on stage, but a bottom deal I could get by easily. So the second was really, really frustrating. And one year, I remember it was 2010. I committed that year to saying, like, all my other deals are fine. What is wrong with the second deal? And I just did like 2-3 hours of practice a day. And like 2-3 months later, it was fixed. Do I perform non-card tricks in my shows? No, it's a card show. Bobby, thank you. Yeah, it's a nice piece, for sure. I do enjoy it much. It's not too flashy. Toned down. You can wear it with black or blue. No tattoos on my hands. Not for me. Darwin performing. If you haven't, I don't know who wrote that. Your name's gone already. Somebody said something about Darwin. You can see, I have a couple videos of him that he's never released, that he didn't want released. And then do you have his 1984? Is it 84 or 86? 84? On my website, there's a download for Darwin, some of him performing in his prime, just banging him out table pharaohs like it's nothing. He's sitting at a table, and he does like 8 table pharaohs in a row. Love the channel. Will, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Will do. Best cigars. Best cigar by far, I finally figured it out, is the Padrones. The 1926, the 1964 Padron Anniversary Series are fantastic. They're consistently good. They're just perfect. That, hands down. Scotch, I'm all over the place. Everything. I can argue that Lagavulin is great, Oban is great, Mac 18 is fantastic, Signet, all the Glenmorangis, they're all great. Thoughts on Dynamo? Steve! We hung out last time I was there. He's a great guy, fantastic human being. He's a really nice guy. Stay away from that Diet Coke. Thoughts on exposed technique? Those are people that want views. I'm going to teach underground methods on the internet for views. Just leave it in a book. It doesn't necessarily have to be that accessible. So that's why you don't see me teaching anything on the internet. Go buy a book, learn it. I don't really have a watch holy grail. I'm probably going to get the reverse Panda Daytona next. That's a good looking watch. World Resort Casino, there's a good chance we'll actually be there. We're at Parks coming right up. That seats 1,700 people, 1,770. So we'll be, we're hitting up the casino where our venues are getting much bigger. So we'll be there for sure. Just a few minutes left. If you got a question, ask it now. Do you count blackjack? Yeah, of course. That's how I don't want to admit to any felonies on the internet, but I made my living from 2008 to probably 2012, somewhere in that neck of the woods, counting cards. And it was a 2-deck game, so very reliable, easy to count. And I learned it from a book, Darwin Ortiz on card cheating, and I learned just the basic plus-minus count, and gave me a great advantage. And then they killed the 2-deck in 2012. They killed the game and they never had no more 2-deck games. They only went up to 6 decks, and they played a quarter of the way into the deck. It was ridiculous. Yeah, allegedly. When I don't really get bored, I wouldn't say. My guitars are out. If you want a tip on staying up on everything, if you are into certain things, like art or whatever your thing is, it's not illegal, but they'll ask you to leave. And I didn't want to be asked to leave. That was my income at the time. If you want to be good at some things, make sure that it's accessible. You shouldn't have to clear off your desk and open up a pad and find pens to draw if that's your thing. So with my cards, I have a dedicated room to walk in, sit down, and there's a card mat and cards. It's not even where I do my videos. And then also my guitars are out. The amp is there, the cable's there. I pick up the guitar, I plug it in, I play it. I don't want to feel like I got to go down in the basement and pull the guitar out of the case and then find an amp, and you want that to be accessible. So I don't get bored because the stuff that I want to do is waiting right there for me. How long is my show? An hour and 20 probably. Still play keys? Yeah, I have a piano. Same thing. The piano's just sitting there. I can sit down and play whenever I want. Yeah, make sure your guitars are out. They're tuned up. Picks are there. Amps ready to plug in. That way when you walk past it and you feel inspired, you can sit down and play. Mario Lopez, yeah, he'll blow your mind from time to time, that's for sure. Yeah, accessibility. Or like when I was writing my book, just open your laptop and go. It shouldn't be like, oh, it's on this drive, and sometimes you feel inspired and you just want to sit down and go. And if you have a lot of things in the way, it's not gonna work. Does my CGI guy work at live shows? Of course. Every live show, he's in the back making miracles happen. I sit on stage and smoke. I smoke a Lucky Strike, and he whips it up into world-class card magic. Full-time magician, down to the last couple questions. I'll probably take 3 more questions, and then we'll split. Full-time magician, that's great. I do whatever I want. I'm my own boss. I wake up, practice. We book shows. I do them. I get paid. And we're just doing exactly what we want to do. Anything I haven't been able to master, there's always something I'm working on. Always. And I am a firm believer that nothing's impossible. Nothing. The stuff that I've had to come up with and create for these YouTube shorts, when you first read it, you're like, I can't. That's impossible. There's no way. And then you chip away at it and you go, well, wait a minute. I can do that. And then you figure out how to do it. Will, yeah, I had a teacher, Darwin Ortiz. You can look him up. He was my teacher for 20 years. And he was easily the best in the world. Who will hold the torch? Probably one of my students. All right, guys. I enjoyed it. We made some money in this thing. This is great. Better than you? Darwin Ortiz? Oh, that's hard to, you can't say that. I am what I am because of Darwin. I'd be nothing if it wasn't for him. So I wouldn't say that. Timbo, we'll finish with this. The meaning of life is get good at something. Find your passion. Now you have purpose. Now you have a purpose. And whatever your passion is, if it's cooking, do it. But you can immerse yourself in that passion that you love to be around. Doesn't feel like work, right? Enjoy your passion. Learn it. Be the best you can learn. Surround yourself with people that you can learn from in that field. And then share it with other people. That's the meaning of life. And your life will be amazing if you do that. All right, guys. Man, that was a blast. I will definitely do more YouTube lives. First of all, people threw money at me. And we didn't get banned for soliciting sexual content like we did on TikTok. Unbelievable. My passion is your mom. All right, on that note, later, guys.